Welcome, everyone. And on today's episode, we're going to continue what we spoke about on the previous one. So, if on the previous episode, I spoke about the importance of having a business strategy as part of your business foundation, now I want us to focus on your target audience, your target market. And one of the main reasons why it's super important to have a clear definition there is because once you know your audience, you know where to find them, how to communicate with them, how to engage with them, which is super crucial with social media. As well, the timings, okay? Like how many times you can contact them, like what is the best timing they're going to be online, and so on. One of the rules I want you to remember is that you cannot be everything to everyone. As an example, look at Coca Cola. When Coca Cola started, they started with one brand, Coca-Cola. And they were aiming for a specific audience. Once they dominated the audience and they wanted to grow the business and they were able to grow the business, they added more sub brands like Coke Light, Sprite, Coke Zero, and so on. And each and every one of the sub brands are reaching out to different audiences, okay? They don't have the same needs, they don't look at things the same way. The same as they've done it in a way, that's how you want to do with your business. So you cannot really be everything to everyone. You need to focus on and you really need to find a specific niche that you can work with. One of the things that you also need to remember is that if you're really trying to be everything to everyone, you're going to have lots of people that are going to miss out your message because they would not understand what you're trying to say. Okay, so it's basically going to be like throwing a spaghetti on the wall, whatever sticks, sticks, whatever falls, falls. And that's not how you can grow your business. Okay, so one of the first things that you need to ask yourself when you're trying to understand who's the audience you want to work with and you're trying to reach out to, and to really help you to narrow them down and focus on a specific niche is what is the problem that you're solving? Okay, and that's another thing that you need to remember when doing business on today's world. We're not trying to sell, okay? We're speaking about the problem and not on the solution. People don't like direct sales, and that will be a different episode. But as for now, I want you to just look at your business and try to figure it out. I'm solving a problem, okay? I have a certain product, service. What is the problem I'm solving? Once you know what is the problem you're solving, that's going to really help you to understand who are those people that experience that problem. And when I say problem, you can look at that as well. What is the challenge that I have a solution for and I'm solving? Is there a specific pain point that that I'm reaching out to, a struggle? You can look at it from different definitions. And once you know what is the problem, it's really going to also help you with your content creation. Because once I know what my audience experience, what are the struggles, pain points, challenges, you just give whatever definition you want to give, something that they don't feel comfortable with and they want to sort out. Once you know that, you can actually know what to create your content, because that's what you're going to create it on. You're going to speak about those things, because by speaking about those things, you can get them to understand that first you see them, that you understand them. You maybe also experienced it, and that's your why you do what you do. And that's why you came with a solution that can help them to resonate with you, which means that you're going to be able to build relationships with them. And by building those relationships, you're going to gain their trust. And that's how you're going to build a brand. And that's how you're also going to improve engagement on your content. Okay, so that's why it's also, again, if I'll take it to the rule I spoke about in the beginning, is that you cannot be everything to everyone. So try to understand and write it down to yourself. What is the problem I'm solving? And now try to understand who are those people that I'm solving the problem. Now it can be a mixed type of people that you're solving the problem, but we still want to niche down. And one of the other questions that you need to ask yourself in order to help you niche them down is when you look at the type of people that you're solving the problem to, who are the people, which group of people you resonate with them the most? And then I'll take it back to what I just said a few seconds ago about the building relationships. You want to find that audience that you can both resonate with each other. Because when you're trying to build a brand, you want to build it on trust. Because when you build it on trust, you build something for the long run. Because once they trust in you, they're going to be your best brand ambassadors and they're going to be very loyal to your brand. Okay. And that's what you're trying to achieve. So if they are trusting you, you do it based on their relationship. And you cannot build a relationship with everyone because God, once again, you cannot be everything to everyone. So you really want to find those people that when they read your content and when you're going to work with them, or when you, it doesn't matter if you're going to sell them a product, like a physical product, or you're selling them a service, you want to have that connection. You want to work with people that you can build something with, that you see each other. Because again, people buy from people. That's another rule. People buy from people, and people buy from people they trust, they resonate with, that they can build relationship with, they have a connection with, and that's what you're trying to do. And that's again why it's super important to make sure that you know who's your target audience, because you want to choose the audience that you can actually focus on the building relationship. And one of the things that's going to help you build a relationship, it's your content, which is going to be based on focusing on the problem and not on the solution. So once you understand and you look at, okay, so I'm, for example, the problem that I'm trying to solve, I'll take it from a marketing side. So if I want to help more people to build their own brand, I can say that maybe one of their struggles is that they don't know how to use social media to grow the business, to build a brand, to generate leads. They're really struggling with this. And with that, I come with a specific solution. So as you can see, I will speak about the problems and not on the solution. I will speak about all the different struggles and issues that you have on not being able to convert followers into actual leads. And in that, there are so many people who can experience it. It can be small business, it can be medium-sized business, males, females, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and the list goes on and on. But I need to decide as a business who from all of them is the right audience for me. Because as I said, I want to be able to build relationships with them. So for example, I can decide that like I want to focus just on females that are in a certain age group and all of that. And that takes me to the third part, which means that I'm going to now describe my audience. I'm going to describe them into the details. Okay. And I'm going to share and put all the information that I can there from the demographic side, a gender, an age group, an age range, sorry, um, location if it's important for me. And then I can speak about their financial side, and I can speak about the different things that they experience and they do, and their habits and everything. And by the way, by putting as much information as you can, it's really going to help you to first niche down as well. That if you do paid marketing, it's going to really help you to know how to target them there. Okay, so really think about your audience from everyone. Like if I'm looking for an audience, for example, that is investing in themselves, because I want them, if they're investing in themselves, my logic tells me that they will invest in their business, which means they're going to put some money, put the time, do the work, and things like that. So I can look for people that are traveling, that maybe do yoga. And maybe because I do yoga, I will search for people to do yoga because they have a certain mindset as me. They're more spiritual and so on. As well. And that's what's going to help you as well, as I said, like with the paid marketing, because you can put those elements there and that's how you can narrow it down and reach a more accurate audience. So if I'll sum it all up on what we spoke about now, is that it's really important to decide who's your target audience. Because as you can see, once you know them and you know as much as you can about them, it's just going to make your life easier in content creation, in building relationship with your audience, and eventually converting them from followers to actual clients, paying clients, which is that what eventually we all want to do as a business, okay? It's not a secret. It's not something we need to be shy about. That's what we want. We want to make money out of it. So, and that's why it's very important to find those audiences that really want to work with you. And once you dominated that audience, now you can reach out to another one. So always try to find something in common. If you're not sure how to define your audience, I do have a free questionnaire. It's on my different social medias and websites, so you're more than welcome to download it. It's a freebie, and I do recommend you to do this. And another thing that I want to recommend you is that you need to make sure that every few months you recheck your audience. Okay? You want to check because maybe you've changed and the way you want to do the business changed. So it means your audience is changing. Maybe your audience has changed. For example, during COVID, your audience definitely changed because the behavior has changed. Everyone moved to the online. So things are happening. So that's why you always need to be on the top, on the alert, and making sure that you're still reaching out to the right audience. If you want to make some adjustments, you do it. And maybe sometimes you start a business and you're trying to reach out to one business, and then after a certain period of time, you realize, okay, that's not the type of business you want to. And I can say that from my experience, that's what happened to me. When I started my business, I had a very specific target audience in my head. And while I was working in it, I realized, okay, that's not really the audience that I want to work with. It doesn't really suit what I want for myself. And that's why when I said, when you define it, it's not only about like who's the people you solve the problem to, but who are the people that I resonate with. And then I've changed my audience. And that's what happens. So do it. We all change our audience. That's, by the way, the big companies, corporates are once a year creating a marketing and a strategy plan, because this is when they're actually changing and readjusting and making all the relevant changes with their audience, with their strategies, and everything around it. So if they do it, so do you need to do it. It doesn't matter if you're a small size business or a medium sized business. So I really recommend you to do it. And that's, by the way, going to be the topic for the next one with the marketing and strategy plan, which also part of the business foundation. So let me know what are your takeaways from this episode. And I hope you do took some stuff and really focus on niching down. And remember, you cannot be everything to everyone, and people buy from people, and they buy from people they have a connection with. So focus on finding the right audience that you can build relationships with.